So it would seem that one of the greatest and most beloved figures of the internet has completed its downfall. The completionist himself, someone who, if I'm honest, I never really vibed with all that much. Apparently, I saw some of his videos, but I never really enjoyed them all that much. Came off as a little bit too friendly, and that type of people I usually don't really vibe with because they tend to be hiding something. And as I'm sure everybody at home knows, the completionist was revealed to be, well, a complete piece of shit. He started a charity with his family and then just took all the money from that charity for himself and his family. And this resulted in so much backlash that his career was basically demolished. And so, Carl Jobst, one of the homies, has decided to talk to us about the situation and let us know just how completely fucked this guy is right now.
Hello, you absolute legends.
What
Can
up?
you believe it? It's already been more than a year since the Completionist and his family's decade-long charity scam was exposed last November. For
We really did complete an entire year, guys. A whole entire year was completed.
those who need a quick refresher, between the years of 2014 and 2023, Gerard and his charity, the Open Hand Foundation, took in around $1 million of donations, money that they said was going to various charities focusing on dementia research.
And instead, they took the complete amount for themselves.
But over that entire time, the truth was that they hadn't donated a single penny, and had kept everything. It was only after Mudahar and myself made our videos about the situation that
I love Mutahar. The research that he compiles is just so thorough and so complete that it just completely demolishes any attempt that these pieces of shit have to hide their wrongdoings. It's so good.
the Open Hand Foundation finally donated some of the money, donating $600,000 to the AFTD. The completionist public image was pretty much destroyed, and deservedly so. He had been lying for years, and after he was exposed, he took no accountability whatsoever. He made up excuses, made up lies, and more than anything was just angry at us for making the public aware of what he was doing.
Well, of course he's mad at you for, revealing his wrongdoings. Why would he ever feel bad about it? He completely revolutionized the way his family lived, made them all rich, made himself rich. He's not mad about it. He doesn't care. The way he saw it, you guys were donating to him. The charity was just his way of incentivizing you to donate. So he doesn't think he did anything wrong. He just thinks you destroyed his cash cow. That's it. Like essentially, you showed up, talked to his boss, and got him fired. That's it. That's all. That's all that happens in his mind. He doesn't actually think he did anything wrong. Why would he? Look at his face. He's too busy eating and not shaving.
And it didn't take long for the completionist to return to YouTube and continue making content. After his terrible response video, he just moved on and acted as if this entire charity scandal never happened.
Okay, look, that is how you do it, right? That's how you survive this type of drama. You just ignore it and you upload again the next day. And that's just the way it is. That's just how you got to do it. And he tried and he failed because it doesn't work that way when you build your entire reputation off the back of being this positive figure that never does anything wrong, and instead you reveal yourself to be a greedy dirtbag that steals from people and tricks people and creates a sob story about how you lost your mother to dementia, and then you trick people into donating to your charity, and then you keep all the money to yourself. Of course, that's how he's got to do it. He just has to pretend it never happened. But it's not going to work because, his fans are pissed because he stole from them directly, right? He is basically an idiot.
And his family moved on and didn't care whatsoever either.
Of course the family doesn't give a shit, dude. They're not the public figure. It's not their name. The family makes their living off of the charity. He makes his living off of the YouTube channel. His career is completely over. Theirs isn't.
They even held another golf charity event
I don't think he has anything to do with golf, actually. I don't know that he's at all related to the golf thing.
several months later. This was immediately after it was already proven that for years the golf charity money had never even made it to the Open Hand Foundation. The family
Hey, Hey, who gives a shit? They don't care. They don't give
was
a shit.
keeping
They don't care.
everything.
Look at him.
But then around
Look at
made it
that
to the
old
Open
man
Hand
surrounded by those
Foundation.
beautiful
The
women. Look at that. He doesn't give a shit.
family was keeping everything. But then around 4 months ago, the completionist disappeared.
I do think it's strange to me when somebody who makes that much money decides to throw away all of that success for something that vile. Because you build your brand off of being a good person, being a certain way. Why? If you're a piece of shit, just be a piece of shit. People love pieces of shit. Fucking Asmongold is right there. Sorry, brother, but it's true. That is the vibe you give. But it's literally worked for years. 720 high production videos. I got close to that amount, but it's my videos are slop. He puts out high production videos, 720 videos, 1.5 million subscribers. And you just throw it all away. Why? Why? It will never make sense to me.
And there might be a good reason for this. The Completionist production company, That One Video Entertainment LLC, is in huge trouble. I've never spoken about this, but for the past 2 years, the Completionist company has been engaged in a frivolous lawsuit against the biggest
I didn't know about this. What?
GTA Online roleplay server, NoPixel.
What the hell is he suing NoPixel for?
Basically trying to extort them for half of their company, and in October, they lost. And now Gerard's
That's hilarious. So wait, he's in a frivolous lawsuit trying to sue a GTA Online RP server, and then he lost. And because it's a frivolous lawsuit, now he has to pay it all back. Brother lost his charity that he was using to siphon money. He lost his channel. Well, not really. He's still getting 100-something thousand views to 200,000 views. So whatever, right? But it's he's fucked. He's completely fucked.
company may have to pay back hundreds of thousands of dollars in attorney's fees. And the cherry on top of all of this is that it appears as though the Open Hand Foundation might now be under investigation by the IRS. A lot's been happening, and
Oh, his cherry's getting investigated by the IRS. Oh, brother, he's
in
cooked.
today's video, we will
Oh,
take
come
a
on.
quick look. I really hope you enjoy.
Video ain't even started yet. The video hasn't even started yet, and we're already this deep. Oh, this is gonna be good.
Now legends, a huge shout out to today's sponsor, Watcher of Realms. Watcher of Realms is a really fun fantasy RPG that I've played a ton of over the past year.
I have no
it
idea what
combines
this game
classic
is.
fantasy RPG elements with tower defense, which are two of my favorite genres. I love the real-time strategic element that tower defense brings. It makes the gameplay so much more interesting.
Cool.
The graphics are incredible, and there are over 200 unique heroes to collect and much more interesting. The graphics are incredible, and there are over
These are some pretty
200
nice graphics.
unique heroes to collect and develop. And Watcher of Realms is celebrating Christmas time with a brand new limited hero, Sun Wukong. He brings the Christmas cheer with a festive new skin and an awesome event featuring strategic stages, challenging minigames,
That
and a
is pretty
beautiful
cool.
Chinese-inspired map. 'Tis the season for exciting events where you can win 74 free summons, tons of valuable items, and the new legendary hero Callista with her exclusive artifact, along with the powerful mage Lyra in her sexy Christmas battlesuit. There are so many amazing gifts to unlock during these Christmas celebrations, and to receive them all, simply log in daily and participate in all of the festivities. Watcher of Realms has a great selection of game modes including the campaign,
So it's basically Raid Shadow Legends, but it's a tower defense. Okay.
arena, guild boss, and intense guild v guild battles. And honestly, it's the perfect time to start playing. To download or play Watcher of Realms, just click the link in the description or scan the QR code on screen. It's available for free on PC, Android, and iOS.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
Before we start today's video, I want to recognize that I know that I have lost a lot
I've made a severe and continuous lapse in judgment.
of your trust at home. And I want to spend as much time as it will take to rebuild and re-earn your trust.
And then he just moved on like it was nothing. Of course, because you know that's what you do, right? Like, let's be honest here. If people were gonna forgive him, nothing he could say would change that. If people weren't gonna forgive him, nothing that he could ever say or do could change that. Other than just give all the money to charity, which he's not gonna do, and you know that. Nothing he could do at all in his videos could ever do anything to change the public's opinion of him. Nothing at all. Why would he even try, right? The only thing he can do is upload good content for people to keep watching. Problem, he uploads a video every 2 or 3 months. Right? At that point, you're getting fucked. Right? No, it's not going to work. If you really want people to just move on from the situation, you need to be uploading much more often than that. But he didn't. And so people didn't move on. Every time the peep popped up, people would go, oh, hey, isn't he the guy from that thing? And then he disappears for another 2 to 3 months. He pops back up. Oh, hey, isn't he the guy from that thing? Disappears 3 more months. Oh, hey, isn't he the guy? And that's how that works. If he had managed to upload continuously for like 2 or 3 months, like once or twice a week, people go, oh, hey, he's just going to move on? Does nobody give a shit anymore? Okay. I'm going to stop giving a shit again. I'm not going to watch his content, but somebody else will. Somebody else is going to watch the content, and it'll be fine.
It's going to take time, but I'm willing to put in the commitment, and I hope you give me a chance.
This is what Gerard said back in January when he returned to YouTube less than 2 months after his charity scam was exposed.
Right.
I have no idea what he meant when he said that he wanted to re-earn your trust, because after this statement,
Meant
he
nothing.
continued to
was lying.
pretend that nothing ever happened, and he never spoke of it again. For the next
The type of content he makes is not the type of content that is conducive to him talking about this sort of subject, right? It just isn't. So yeah, I see no reason why he would ever talk
next
about
8
it.
months, Gerard would continue to post videos to his channel, hoping to resuscitate his brand. The quality, however, was now greatly diminished because most of his employees either quit or he let them go. And then in August, he released a video about alien isolation and hasn't been seen since. But while Gerard was pretending that everything was hunky-dory on the surface, behind the scenes,
Oh, is he gonna talk about the lawsuit? That's gonna be good.
shit was hitting the fan. For the past year, many people, including myself, have been waiting for the Open Hand Foundation to
They're fucking spawn camping his tax returns. That's hilarious.
file their 2023 IRS tax forms. Personally, I wanted to see if anything changed after they got exposed. Were
I mean, almost certainly something would change, right? Like they would obviously want to clean up their act, assuming they could.
they suddenly going to start properly declaring their income now that so many eyeballs were focused on their charity?
They
Well,
would have
what's
to.
interesting is that the Open Hand Foundation hasn't filed their 2023 IRS tax form, despite it being long past the deadline. If you search the charity through the Office of the Attorney General, it says their reporting is incomplete and the IRS form is required. This hasn't happened in any other year. The Open Hand Foundation have always filed their forms on time.
So are they just, did they just fucking stop filing their tax returns? What? Like, what's the plan here? What?
So it's very peculiar that at a time where it's more important than ever to be transparent, they aren't reporting. Of course,
Yeah, like, what? Is there a reason for that?
there are multiple possible reasons why they aren't submitting their forms.
Well,
The most
that's
obvious would be
convenient.
they haven't yet done their 2023 accounting.
Okay, no, like there's no way. If it's past due date, they'd have to have already done that, because if they haven't, that's just asking to get caponed.
But it could also mean they are currently being audited by the IRS.
That makes more sense. That makes more sense. Okay. Oh, so they're just fucked. The IRS is just gonna bend them the fuck over then. Because if they're being audited and we already know they're guilty, now it's just a matter of time. Now it's just compiling evidence. They're just fucked.
Personally, I think it's the latter, given how many people reported the charity after the scandal broke. Another piece of evidence to support the fact they are being audited is that it does appear they have already done their 2023 accounting. So there doesn't seem to be any other legitimate reason not to file. We know they've done their 2023 accounting because as part of their 2024 annual charity registration to the Office of the Attorney General, they needed to state their revenue and expenses for the previous year.
Oh. Oh, so we know they have the information. Also, hilarious that the family is just continuing with the shit, even though Gerard himself is cooked. Hilarious. They don't give a fuck.
Which they did. And this is where things get very interesting. This form doesn't give us any breakdown like the IRS tax forms would, but it does give us a few basic figures. It says that in 2023, the Open Hand Foundation raised $155,000.
There's no way it's that low.
This is significant because it's by far the most revenue the organization has ever reported in
I take it
a
back.
single
I thought
year.
this would be in the
The
millions.
previous highest total was back in 2021 when they raised $136,000. But that was under very different circumstances, so let's compare. In 2021, Gerard's fundraiser Indieland received $113,000 in donations just through Tiltify alone. The charity also received a $25,000 grant from Jamie Lee Curtis's charity, Syzygy.
This is a what?
Also received a $25,000 grant from Jamie Lee Curtis's charity, Syzygy.
That's a weird ass name. What the fuck are they? What is that a charity for? Lesbians who get hurt while scissoring? That's crazy. No, I'm not putting that in the video.
These two income sources alone already amount to more than the $136,000 they reported, which means all of the bits, subs, merch sales, and all of the golf charity money simply vanished. Gerard's
Well, it didn't vanish. It went into their pockets.
company or his family just took the rest.
Yeah.
And this pattern of money vanishing continued from the years 2019 all the way through to 2022, a total of 4 years. And
That's a lot of money. Yeah, man, it doesn't make sense that 155,000 would be all they're getting, right? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't.
the money that went missing probably totaled several $100,000. But in 2023, after the public realized Gerard's family was stealing money, suddenly everything changed. In 2023, Indieland only raised $64,000 in donations
Well, yeah, people stopped donating.
through Tiltify. This is $50,000 less than in 2021. And yet magically, 2023 was the Open Hand Foundation's best year ever.
I still don't think that this is a real number because it's way too low. But I think that they're just trying to like increase it so that they can say, hey, we're trying to declare it now. So, I don't think so.
raising $20,000 more than they did in 2021. It is a miracle. By the grace of God, the Khalil family has finally learned how to properly report their income.
Yeah, see, difference is about 20K. This one's 40K, but like 40K here, 20K, 20K, and then here it's like it's almost triple.
It's amazing. We already knew that Gerard and his company were stealing money before, but this most recent accounting is just the nail in the coffin. It is so brazenly obvious that once they were exposed, they decided it would be unwise to continue skimming off the top. And as
Yeah.
a result, despite last year being one of Indieland's worst performing years
And here's the thing. It's not skimming off the top if you just take the whole fucking pot. All right? Skimming off the top is like you get 92,000, you take 2,000 as a treat for you, so you can buy some nice stuff. That's skimming off the top. That's taking some part of it that isn't going to be missed, right? But here's what you should be doing. You set up a charity and you say, a third of this is going to that. Or you set up an event and say, a third of this is going to charity. A half of this is going to charity. 70% of this is going to charity. The rest of it is going to me and my family so that we can do this again next year. Shit like that. That's how you do it. And yes, you take a loss on it, but you look good. And so your channel grows. Your personality grows. You make more money next year. And just by working honestly with people, you make so much more money in the long run, dude. Like, and you see it. It's so fucking obvious. Everybody knows. It's like, haha, look at me. I made $1 million cheating everybody, and now I have to pay 2 million to give everything back. So I'm worse off than I started, and I'm probably never gonna get my life together again. Was it fucking worth it? Oh, he made $1 million. Yeah, and this guy's a fucking idiot. All these scammers are. None of them make real money because they have to spend it all 2 days later. It never pays off. Never. In the end, it never pays off unless you somehow manage to become the president of the United States, and then you can get away with pretty much everything.
ever. By far, the Open Hand Foundation was more profitable than it's ever been.
Now the question is, which one am I talking about?
Another interesting thing about this form is that it shows the Open Hand Foundation is still holding on to $200,000. And this is before their 2024 golf charity event, where they would have collected even more in donations. Why are they still keeping this money? One thing I've come to realize
Because it's a lot of money. What kind of fucking question is that? Why are they still keeping the money? Because it's a lot of money and they're stupid and short-sighted.
is that while Gerard may have been very concerned with his public image, his family, specifically his brother and father, couldn't care less.
It's not their public image. Look, these guys have already established themselves as piece of shit dirtbags who steal from the needy. All right? Like, they're not going to give a fuck about Gerard. It was probably not even Gerard's idea. It was probably one of their ideas. It was probably one of them having the idea in the first place, and then they just abused Gerard's image to get it going, to get it off the ground, to get it to where they wanted it. At that point, it's like, fuck, let him die. I don't care. I'm still getting my money. Of course they don't give a shit.
This is why back in May they continued running their golf charity tournament as if nothing ever happened.
Of
If you look at the
course.
Open Hands website now, Indieland has been removed as one of the charity events, leaving only
That was the completionist thing, right? That was Gerard's thing. Sorry. That was the thing that Gerard was mostly involved with.
the golf tournament. And the golf event was never something that Gerard was a part of organizing.
Yeah.
And it's why the Open Hand Foundation now feels comfortable going back to
I fucking love this image of these two fat, uncharismatic dudes and their fat, uncharismatic dad with these two smoking hot ladies just leaning over them. It's just, you just know that the only reason they're within 15 meters of them is because they have money.
supporting donations, because the public back
No shade to the girls. I do the same shit.
backlash that was originally directed at Gerard now has nowhere to go. When the Open Hand Foundation made their $600,000
It's because the others, the father and the brother, they're not public figures. So while Gerard is a public figure and you can direct hatred towards him, you can talk shit to him, you can call him a piece of shit, you can make videos about him, you can say stuff that's bad to him. The other two, you don't really have that outlet. So you can't really do anything about them. You just have to hold that in. And eventually you stop caring because it's like, whatever, right? You just move on with your life. But with Gerard, you can do all of that stuff because he's a public figure.
donation after the
So they're
story
fine.
initially broke, they still had $200,000 sitting in the bank. And this is only from the reported income. As I said before,
Bro, he can barely walk. How do you have that much money and you can barely walk? Get a trainer, man.
I suspect Gerard's family has signed
Like, I'm sorry. I am fat phobic because it's like, how do you look like that? What do you mean you're rich as hell and you don't have the time to eat a little better and go to the gym? Oh, he likes living like that. No, the fuck he doesn't. No one does. Look at him walking again.
This is only from the reported income. As I said before, I suspect
He's out of breath. Look at him. Look at him. He's out of breath.
Gerard's family has siphoned hundreds of thousands of dollars out of the charity over the years.
He walked back and forth 5 feet and he's out of breath. I'm sorry. Fix your shit, dude.
But I can't think of a single good reason why they still need to keep $200,000
It's $200,000. They don't need a reason beyond that. Come on,
in
man.
the bank when their expenses
Come
average
on,
around
Carl,
10
you're
to
smarter than that.
15,000 per year. And literally the only purpose of the charity is to be a middleman between Good Samaritans and charities that actually do dementia research.
Do you really believe that? Come on, Carl. Do you really believe that? I don't think you really believe that. I think you know better.
As I said before, the lack of filing to the IRS is a pretty good indication the charity is now under investigation.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I really do hope this is the case. But the IRS
Of course it's gotta be under investigation, dude. What do you mean? Oh, I hope this is the case. Of course it's the case.
isn't the only thing Gerard now has to worry about.
Oh, yeah,
because
the
Gerard's
other
company
lawsuit.
that won Video
Right?
Entertainment has just lost a huge lawsuit. That One Video Entertainment LLC is the company that Gerard created in 2012 that all
Yeah.
of his business activities fall under, including all of his YouTube channels and his charity event, Indieland. I will be calling it TOVE for short.
Tove? Oh, yeah. Tove. Oh, yeah. I was like, Tove? What?
On Gerard's LinkedIn page, he states he is the owner, president, and CEO of TOVE. And in April of 2023, TOVE sued GTA Online's most well-known role
But like right now, I'm asking, why did that happen? Like, why did they sue them? I have no information about this. I know nothing about this this lawsuit against a fucking GTA RP server. What the fuck did they do?
playing server, NoPixel. NoPixel is owned by Coil Content Creation Proprietary Limited, which was started by a fellow Aussie, Mitchell Clout, otherwise known online as Coil. If you follow The Completionist, but don't follow GTA Online role-playing, you've probably never heard of this lawsuit.
I follow neither of them.
And even if you have, you probably have the wrong idea about who is suing who. And that's because the reporting on this lawsuit has been abysmal and full of misinformation. It all started in May 2023, when a user
DW suing Coil. Who the hell is DW?
posted the lawsuit to Reddit, claiming that DW was suing NoPixel. DW was a developer that worked for NoPixel for was suing NoPixel. DW
He has rat eyes. I don't trust this guy. I don't like him.
was a developer that worked for NoPixel for several years, but he and NoPixel's owner Coyle had a falling out in December of 2022, and DW ended his relationship with the server. The day after this viral Reddit post, Dexerto signal boosted the story with the headline, "Former GTA RP NoPixel server dev DW
Okay, so is DW the one suing Coil, or is the completionist the one suing Coil? I'm confused now.
is suing owner Coyle for considerable sum." However, this was all completely false.
Okay.
It wasn't DW that was suing NoPixel, it was the completionist company, Tove. It
So how did the two wires get crossed?
literally says who the parties are on the first page
Yeah. Okay. But here's the thing. Did DW reach out to the completionist to sue, or
of the
what?
lawsuit. I don't understand how everyone got this wrong.
I mean, I don't understand either why one was even brought up.
Tove's lawsuit asserted that because DW
Okay, accordingly, an actual and justifiable controversy has arisen and now exists between Tove and defendants regarding Tove's claim to ownership of any and all copyrights derived from Mr. Tracy's, which I assume is DW, creative contributions to the NoPixel server, and whether defendants possess a license thereto, and a declaration from this court is there. I'm sorry, what? So Tove is claiming that because DW contributed to NoPixel, Tove is entitled to his work? Why? Is he your fucking property? I'm sorry, what?
developed some code for the NoPixel server
By the way, the only way that this would ever work is if we were going by slavery rules, where if your slave, your property goes and does something for somebody else and builds something for somebody else, that something was technically built with your hand and your resources, so you're entitled to a part of it. That shit don't fly today. That shit doesn't work. What the fuck were they trying?
servers, and DW was an employee of Tove. This meant that Tove owned the code that DW developed, and thus Tove should own half of
Oh my god. What? Oh, bro. What?
NoPixel. But this entire lawsuit was a shakedown and an extortion attempt from day one. It was all bullshit. We are talking Billy Mitchell levels of frivolous. Everything about this lawsuit was a lie, and it's going to take a separate and quite lengthy video to cover everything in detail.
I can't wait to watch that one too, because what the fuck, brother? What were you thinking, dude?
But if you thought that charity was the only scam that Gerard and his company were pulling, you couldn't be more wrong.
Oh yeah, this is clearly just a frivolous lawsuit to try and threaten them into giving him something. It was literally just a robbery. Except he, instead of guns, he tried to use the court system. Like, what the fuck is your problem? I hope they sue you back hard as shit. I hope you have to pay all the fucking damages. I hope they manage to throw in emotional trauma as well. I hope they throw in so much garbage that every piece of money, every little fucking shekel that you've managed to steal from your audience and other people who thought they were doing the right thing, who thought they were being good Samaritans, who thought they were being good people by supporting you. I hope they take the complete sum of all of that. And I hope you're left in the fucking dirt, my bitch. What is the fucking problem with these people?
Needless
Jesus
to
Christ.
say, this lawsuit never made it to trial. In
Good.
October,
Oh. Oh, I know what's. I think I know what he's gonna say next.
the judge ruled in favor of NoPixel, and now NoPixel is seeking attorney's fees of $230,000
Because see, if it's a copyright thing, and you lose the copyright thing, you can't really get sued back, right? But if it's decided as frivolous and it doesn't even make it to court, it's automatically countersued. Beautiful. What is this? Award defendants their reasonable attorney's fees and costs in the amount of. Oh, that's a lot of money. I hope they manage to sue for emotional trauma as well. Yeah, if it's an automatic countersuit, I don't know that they can do that. I don't know, right? Because if it never went to court, then, you know. But damn, kicked in the fucking teeth.
$3,000, and they are probably going to get it. Unlike most other lawsuits in America,
That's
when
a
you
lot of video
sue
games.
specifically for copyright to get it. Unlike most
That is a lot of video games, but you know what I don't see? I don't see no PS5 games.
other lawsuits in America, when you sue specifically for copyright infringement, it's actually built right into the statute that you can get attorney's fees if you win. And
Yeah.
because Tove's lawsuit was
That's with copyright, right? You can't get attorney's fees if you win. If you're getting sued for copyright, you got to just take that shit on the chin, right? But in this case, because it was decided as frivolous, didn't even make it to court, he immediately has to
so
pay.
frivolous, and the
Beautiful.
judge didn't even see a need to go to trial before ruling in NoPixel's favor, Tove is probably going to have to pay up big time. As soon as the judge makes a ruling on the motion for attorney's fees, I will do a full breakdown of this lawsuit, because it really proves that Gerard's shady behavior surrounding his charity was not an isolated event. Until then, thank you so much for watching, you legends. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next video.
With back.
Shut up. Thank you for that video, Call Jobs. That was a really good video. I hope everybody enjoyed. Like, honestly, the moral of the story, just don't trust fat, jolly people on the internet. Just don't. Name one jolly fat guy who turned out to actually be jolly and not actually be a scammer. With that being said, I'll see you guys next year. Have a good one. Actually, wait, no. This is the first video of the year. That's awesome. All right. So, click that video that just showed up around here. I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one. Cheers.